Hold on, Kevin. I got to put my earphones on. Hey, Kripamaya Prabhu, Haribol. Can you hear me? Hare Krishna. Good to see you. I'm good. Can you put your well, I guess that's good enough. Kevin, do you have your audio on? I don't think Kevin has his audio or video on. He's joined.
He's new to this.
Well, so am I. You know, I really appreciate your doing this because I set up my fancy camera connected to a capture device. It's into my computer, so it's not like it's a little bit more clear than just a computer streaming device. Kevin, can you hear me? He doesn't have his audio on yet either. I assume he's using our phone, his phone. Anyway, maybe he can hear, I don't know. But I guess we're going to start and see if he can get the audio and or video. It's always nice to have the, whoops.
I just got a message on my computer that my connection's unstable.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's like living in a third world country.
Anyway. Yeah.
So, anyway, there is a delay on all these things, as you can probably imagine. So yeah. We'll try not to talk over each other.
I can see Kevin.
Can you see me well?
I can see you well. Kevin, can you see us?
Oh, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, turn your audio on. Do you have audio? His audio is not on.
Here, let me call him. Yeah.
I don't know if he's using, is he using a computer or?
Oh, you're right. He's probably using his phone.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not using the video. Anyway, so we'll just start, I guess. And let's see. Anyway, I'm going to I wanted to actually start out with something that I read. I don't know if you know, Kevin, but if Kripamaya Prabhu told you about what I do, but my hobby is I read. I like to read, and so it's my hobby / service to read books. And so I've read some books, and one devotee from, I think, Down Under, from New Zealand, or else he's from Australia. He used to be from Ireland, but he's an Irish devotee originally, but he's a famous cook. And he read this book and he wanted me to read it because it was one of his favorite books. It's called Journey to Unknown India. And so let's see here. Let me see if I can pull this up here. So this book is called Journey to Unknown India, and it's a story about and it's an actual true story. It's a biography about a man named Walter Edlitz, who was, this occurs around 1940, late 30s, early 40s, right in the middle of World War II. And this gentleman, he wanted to go to India. He was a soul searcher, and he had the desire to visit Lake Manasarovar, a holy place, and Mount Kailash, which are kind of near each other. So he wanted to go on a pilgrimage, and he took advice, or kind of a sponsor from India that he wanted to hook up with. He wasn't really in our Sampradaya. He was kind of a Mayavadi, but he knew about Lord Chaitanya, so he wasn't that bad. So he actually went to India, and let me just show this picture of this book here. And he went there right in the middle of World War II. And as you know, he's from Austria, and Austria is kind of like considered part of Germany. And so when he got there, he stayed a little while, but then he was interred because India was on the side of the Allies, and so he was interred in a prison camp, which is unbelievable. You know, he wasn't really tortured or anything like the Jews were, because he was. Let me see if I can share this this picture. See, I'm new to this, but I'm learning. Can you see this, Kripamaya?
I can see the book cover.
Okay.
Part of it, because
all right.
Covered by the. Yeah, I can journey. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Kevin, can you hear us?
I don't think his audio is on.
Yeah. Should I email him? I guess he probably won't get it.
I don't know if it matters. Yeah, I mean, you can try it. But anyway, let me just continue the story here. This man is named Walter Edlitz, and here he is, Walter Edlitz. Can you see that? No. Can you see Walter Edlitz on the screen? Huh?
I see him. Yep. I see
him.
Oh,
okay. So he was Jewish, and he left his family, and he was very serious about spirituality, even though he was raised a Jew. And he wanted to go and find some spiritual guidance. And so he went to visit this monk in India, and they were going to go up, and then he got interred. And then actually when he got to India, he was interred in this prison camp, and he met this gentleman here. His name is Sadananda. And he is also from Germany. And so, obviously he was interred as well. And Sadananda happens to be the first Caucasian. You can see that he's white. He's the first Caucasian disciple, or the only Caucasian disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is Prabhupada's spiritual master. Can you see him there, Kripamaya?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, and the resemblance is striking. He looks like Bhaktisiddhanta. There's Bhaktisiddhanta.
Right.
So it's really amazing that he was able to. But anyway, the thing that he told, this has to do with surrender and understanding our position when we take initiation from a guru. And his guru, Sadananda's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta, told him when he arrived in India, he said, on the second day of my arrival here, what can you see right now on the screen? Is it just Bhaktisiddhanta?
I see Bhaktisiddhanta, Sadananda, Walter Edlitz. I see the cover to the book Journey to Unknown India.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just going to stop the sharing right now. Yeah, you don't need to see that anymore. So, but anyway, he said, okay, now can you see me?
Yep.
Okay. So on the second day of my arrival here, my Guru Dev told me, quote, the first thing that you have to do is collect all that you've learned, read, excerpted, felt, know. Put it in a big bag and throw it into the sea, where the sea is deepest, and start anew. That's what Swami Sadananda, the German disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, told him. So that's very important. It's kind of hard to understand how you could like forget everything, but it's kind of like what Prabhupada said about being a blank slate. When you're first in a classroom, if you think you know more than your teacher, their teacher is actually God, because this disciplic succession is, we're simply surrendering and repeating the messages of Krishna. So we are trying to follow exactly what Krishna says and surrender to his will at every moment. It's a dynamic process. And if we surrender to him and inquire submissively, then Krishna will reveal, the Guru and Krishna, it's like two rails on a train. He'll reveal to us. Sorry about that. I'm on the call. So my wife's calling because she's coming home. But anyway, you like my ringtone? It's the Hare Krishna mantra. It's a Hare Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But anyway, so Prabhupada explains what surrender is. And he talks about this verse, the 434. Hold on. Hello, I'm on the line. I'm on the line.
You can take the question.
Okay. So anyway, 434 is the verse about surrender. Tadvidi padipatena. And when you find a spiritual master, you have to surrender. And so Prabhupada says in this lecture from San Francisco in 1967, he said, so Prahlad Maharaj is the famous saintly devotee child. He says, Guru Śikṣāṣtaka. So you have to begin your spiritual Krishna consciousness by accepting a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession. And your first business will be Guru Śikṣāṣtaka. Śikṣāṣtaka means to please the Supreme. This is spiritual master by service, sevaya. In the Bhagavad-gita is also said, Tadvidi panipatena, Bhagavad-gita 434. If you want to learn that transcendental science, you have to adopt three processes in the beginning. You have to select a bona fide spiritual master, and then you have to surrender. That is all that you need to do in this Krishna consciousness process, is surrender. If you just abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. And I heard that, Kevin, this is your favorite verse from Bhagavad-gita, 1866. Is that correct? Kripamaya?
That is. Kevin, can you hear us? It's not.
Yeah, he might be able to hear, but I don't think his audio is on. So anyway, I'll just continue. 434, and there's so you have to select a spiritual master. First you have to know what a bona fide spiritual master is, and that you can tell from his realization of Krishna just by hearing from him. And you can find somebody who can realize Krishna and who reminds you of Krishna, and you can see Krishna through him. He describes Krishna correctly. Then you have to surrender. That's called pranipat. Tadvidi pranipatena. So selection of guru or spiritual master means, first of all, you must agree, here is a personality where I can bow down my head. Yes. And Prabhupada says, everyone is proud. Why should he bow down before a person unless he understands that here's a person greater than me? So the first condition is pranipat. So if it's kind of crazy to surrender to a guru if you think that you know more than the guru. That means you know more than Krishna because he's the representative of Krishna. So if you think that you're smarter than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that means you have kind of an inflated ego. So then you have to, pranipat means prakrista rupina nipat. You have to become a blank slate. That's what Sadhananda was saying, his Guru Maharaj said. Prabhupada says, prakrista rupena nipat means blank slate. It means, quote, now, sir, whatever I've learned, I forget. Now it is blank slate. You can write whatever you like. And so, so this is the idea of surrender. And in 1866, Krishna says, Tadvidi he says, Sarvadharman Parichaja Mamikam Sharanam Vraja Ham Tam Savrapapebhyo Moksha Shami Masucha. So that means abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Don't worry. And so if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna will protect us. And we're all have so much bad karma from our past life and from what we've done in this life. And if you might worry that, well, how can I counteract that? You don't have to worry, because Krishna will counteract all of that. It says when you're standing in front of the deities, you can just clap your hands 3 times and actually all of your lines in your hand change. So that is the process of surrender. And it means that, oops. Let me go back to 1866 here. Just looking on the computer. Get so many windows open. Okay, it says, the Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion, knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Super Soul, etc., etc. But the process of surrender is that you know, according to devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will ultimately lead to devotional service. Devotional service is the goal. We want to first surrender to Krishna, and when you understand what he's saying through his words in the scripture and through his, you know, mantra, through the Hare Krishna mantra, you surrender to that vibration, and then you understand somewhat what Krishna is, who he is. And Krishna is a person, and we should all be attracted by the beautiful vision of Krishna. His name is Krishna because he is all attractive. And if one who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all-powerful, omnipotent vision of Krishna is fortunate. And there are different kinds of transcendentalists. Sometimes they're attracted to the impersonal Brahman vision. Sometimes they're attracted to the super soul feature. And sometimes, you know, people are attracted to the actual personality of Godhead himself, in which they can actually render service to him and have a relationship with him as a friend or as a, you know, different kinds of relationships, even as a lover. Krishna will accept whatever kind of relationship that however you want to approach him, he rewards you accordingly. So Krishna is the most perfect transcendentalist. And in other words, devotional service to Krishna and full Krishna consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And that's the sum and bonum of the 18th chapter. That's the conclusion of the Bhagavad-gita, which means to surrender to him and then render service. And so the pure devotee is one who has no other interest than the interest of the Lord. That's one of the precepts of Lord Chaitanya. There are six at the beginning of teachings of Lord Chaitanya. He says, a pure devotee is a soul who is forever surrendered to the Lord, just as a child is surrendered to his parents or an animal to its master. Just like a dog. A dog is very, very obedient, and you know, it runs up to you and jumps up on you when you come home, and it's very, very happy to see you, and it'll do anything. It's very loyal. And so we should be just like a spiritual master's dog. And these tulsi beads that we wear around our necks, they're like our dog collar. So six things that Lord Chaitanya says that are principles, and this has to do with surrendering. These six principles of devotional service and the surrendering process. One has to, number one, accept things favorable for discharging devotional service. Number two, reject things unfavorable. So accept the good, forget the bad. Whatever is favorable for devotional service, whatever Krishna wants, we have to approach Krishna as if we are actually trying to please him. And when he's pleased, he'll reveal more and more of himself to us. It's not that we can come up to Krishna and demand to be seen or to be heard or to get blessings from him. We have to actually act in such a way that he wants to see us. So we accept things favorable, reject things unfavorable. Number three, we firmly believe in the Lord's protection. In other words, it doesn't matter what situation we're in, we'll always feel protected. And the number fourth principle is feel exclusively dependent on the mercy of the Lord. In other words, we don't have any other power to do anything. Everyone, it says in the Bible that all of our qualifications, whatever we think we have, are just like filthy rags, because everything comes from Krishna anyway. And so if we directly approach Krishna and surrender to him, we'll be empowered by him to do wonderful things. Number five is very important, to have no separate interest from the interest of the Lord. And number six is to always feel oneself meek and humble. So this is also kind of like, let's see what time it is here. I'll just say one more thing because it's 20 after right now. From the original research in the Prema Bhakti Chandrika, the Guru, Sri Guru Charana Padma song that we sing every morning to the spiritual master, Kripamaya Prabhu.
Right, by Narottam Das Thakur.
Yeah, Narottam Das Thakur. The second verse goes, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Kari Aikya Arna Korya Mane As. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is perfection that fulfills all desires. So, from original research from that Prema Bhakti Chandrika, the original words, Chite Te Kari Aikya, the translation of that is, quote, I will make the teachings from the lotus mouth of the spiritual master one with my heart, and I will have no other desires. No other desires. So that's the bottom line, to align yourself with the desires of Guru and Krishna and try to please them by serving them. In whatever kind of menial service you can give. If he says, well, polish my shoes, if you say, okay, and you accept that unhesitatingly, then you will, the spiritual master will appreciate that, and he will reveal all the knowledge to you, because whoever pleases the Guru and Krishna, all Vedic knowledge is revealed from within their heart. And that way, one is able to get everything that you possibly could need. So do you have any questions? Is there any way to maybe get him on the phone? Maybe he can get just the audio.
Yeah, let me
see if you can call him, and then you can have a speakerphone.
That's a good idea. Okay, let me see if I can.
I don't know if he can hear us. Maybe he can take the call at the same time. I'm not sure how those phones work, if they're on a Zoom call.
I have his
Anyway, while you're trying to reach him, I will continue talking here just to fill up the space. This is also Prabhupada talked about the process of surrender by an example from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the Madhya Lila. 2098, chapter 20, verse 98. And that is the discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was just coming to Lord Chaitanya, and he provided a very good example of how.
How are you?
Can you hear?
Oh my God, that's terrible. Are you able? What's that? Did you turn on the audio? Like there's a little button. I think it's towards the top.
It's in the lower left-hand corner on the computer screen. I don't know where it is on your phone. Let me see if I can log in on my phone.
On the computer screen, it's on the lower left-hand. I mean, on the phone, the computer is on the lower left-hand corner. I'm not quite sure. Now, let me see. Śikṣāṣtaka is looking at this phone right now to see where it is.
The join audio. See, press on the anywhere on the screen there, and there's on the little left-hand corner, there's a thing that says join audio. On the lower left-hand corner of the.
On the lower left-hand corner of the phone, did you have a button that says join audio?
It'll pop up once you touch anywhere on the screen. It'll say join audio, stop video, share screen, participants. And on the lower left-hand corner, it says join audio.
Oh, I see. Huh. He said he did that and nothing happened.
Huh.
So,
wow. But you can see it correctly, right? You can see all right? Can he see?
Well, yeah, he can see. He just can't hear.
He can't hear it either. He can't hear us talking?
Really, no volume. Yeah, he couldn't hear.
That's crazy. You can hear me.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just, since we can't go any further, what I'll do is I'll just, we'll just end the video, and then I'll send it to him, and he can look at it on his computer or on his phone. I'll send a link, and then he can hear the whole thing and ask questions later.
Okay. So you want him to listen to him and call you back? I'm talking to him. Sorry.
What? You talking to me?
Yeah. Did you want him to look at the video and then call you back?
No. Well, no. I mean, the thing is that I don't know if we can continue this Zoom meeting past 40 minutes. They have a 40-minute time limit. So I'm just going to have to send him what I said, and then maybe we can have another Zoom meeting if we can figure out how this all works on his phone. If we can figure out how to connect, and maybe then we can have another meeting and discuss these things, the points that I just raised.
Okay, and maybe we could, yeah, he's okay with that. I mean, well, why don't we have a plan A and plan B? Like we'll try another Zoom. If that doesn't work, then let's go to the phone. And then we can, by that time he'll have seen your video.
Yeah, I mean, we could have a three-way conversation too, you know.
Yeah.
If you have a speakerphone, do you have a speakerphone, Prabhu? No, your phone doesn't work in your cabin. So
I have two phones here.
Oh, yeah, but do you have a speakerphone that works?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you do that, then, you know, we could get on a three-way conversation if you wanted to, like, look at it, and, you know, we can schedule a meeting later, or we can try the Zoom again if he can figure out how how to access the audio and also the video. I mean, he could see, right? He couldn't see, but he couldn't hear anything, correct?
Come up with an alternative. So he can see. What I'm wondering, Śikṣāṣtaka, since we have another, I guess, 10 minutes, can we?
I just said it just told me that I can extend the meeting a little bit. It's a gift from Zoom. How generous! They're a multi-billion-dollar organization, but since we didn't pay them, they want to get us hooked on it. So they're extending the time limit. I don't know for how long.
Well, okay. Since he's not able to get on the Zoom, can I call you both? I have three-way calling on my phone. I can get you both on the phone, and we can have at least a little Krishna Katha together over the phone. Does that work for you?
Okay. If you just want to talk, then that's fine. Also,
yeah.
Instead of him watching the video, I can send him the video too. But if you just want to talk for 10 or 15 minutes, yeah, we can end the recording right now, and then I'll send it to him. He can watch that later. It'll be like a recap of what we talked about, and so it'll be the same subject matter.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to stop the video, and I'll call you, and then I'll call Śikṣāṣtaka, and we'll talk on the phone. Okay? See you in a few minutes. Sorry about that. Take care. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting.